going to circle back around to the ANC National Conference. It was hotly contested as well. Two main contenders were running for president of the ANC, that being the now re-elected Cyril Ramaphosa, and his opposition in this particular case was Zweli Mkhize. Now, there's a lot of talk as well about what happened with ANC KwaZulu-Natal seemingly unable to get any of their chosen officials in the top leadership positions of the ANC. Well, let's now speak to, I'm sure, a very tired KwaZulu-Natal ANC Secretary, Bheki Mtolo. Mr. Mtolo, good morning, and I appreciate you coming on to speak to us. What happened? This didn't quite seemingly go according to plan. Where did it go wrong, do you think? Good morning.
Good morning, and good morning to your viewers. No, nothing went wrong. Everything went well. I think I must say this, and I think this is going to be last time. There are 9 provinces in South Africa. We all know. I don't know, maybe people love KZN so much. They want KZN to be in the top 6 by all cost. There's no such a thing. For example, this conference has elected almost how many officials from Gauteng? 4. President Ramaphosa from Soweto, Olmashatile from Alex, Nomvula, and Gwen Ramakho. But there are 4 from Gauteng, because they are not members of Gauteng. They are members of the ANC residing in Gauteng. They can change. President Ramaphosa, when he retires, he can go and be a member in Cape Town. For example, President Zuma, former President Zuma was, for the longest time, his membership was been in eThekwini. Very few people know that. Even at the time he was a president, his membership was in eThekwini. Just few, it's not even less than 3 years. He has transferred his membership to eNCA. But originally, his membership was in eThekwini, because that's where he started his political activism when he was young. Then, because we got one country, one population register. We are South Africans. Our choice to reside in these geographical spaces is our choice, but we are South Africans. There's no one who carry an ID in the country that says, when you are saying we are Gauteng citizen, we are KZN citizen. Then there's no such a thing. Everything went well. Our ability to prepare ourselves when we go to conference, that we are going to conference, we are pushing for Comrade Zweli Mkhize, which we thank so much, by the way, to avail himself and make the conference exciting, make the democracy of the ANC a reality, make it deep in democracy, but also teach young people that leaders in the ANC are elected, are not anointed. That was a good thing, and we thank him for that, for availing himself.
Let me bring in, Mr. Mtolo, if I may, a quote from Zizi Kodwa, saying, KZN is not like any other province in the ANC. I'll continue. It's very strategic. Our numbers and electoral fortunes come from that province. If we decline KZN, I'm very concerned, because KZN is not like any normal ANC branch. Close to 20% of the eligible voters at Nasrec was KZN, 876 delegates. What do you say to analysts and critics who say KZN has lost its bite?
No, the problem, I think I like what Comrade Mbalula has said. He said he's going to control this communication of people who are parading to the media and communicating positions that are not ANC. Every province in the ANC is significant and important. What does it mean? He mean the ANC must win in KZN and lose in Limpopo, will lose in Mpumalanga, lose in Northwest, lose in of course it won't run the country. Even if it wins with 80% in KZN. But if it loses in other provinces, the ANC won't win. And there was a time when the ANC was not remember in 1994 we didn't win in KZN. In 1999 we didn't win in KZN, but the ANC we won a national vote. Then they are forgetting simple evidence before them, these people. I don't know what makes them to forget, because they are just creating some hype that is unnecessary. And make us special. We are not special. We are like, as we said, we are going to this conference not with arrogance, with everything. We are not special. We are just a province, of course, yes, that is running a second biggest economy, that has got a second biggest populous province. Of course, yes, that supply a huge vote in the ANC in terms of membership and all that.
Forgive me, Mr. Mtolo, who would KZN ANC like to have seen leading the ANC? Was Cyril Ramaphosa who you would have gone with? Or what was the branches in KZN saying? Was Cyril Ramaphosa the right person?
No. Now we are taking me back. We are taking me back. And it's unfortunate I won't go back. Now we have a president that has been elected by conference democratically in a clean process, a well-organized process. Now, my preference before the conference no longer counts. What counts now is that President Ramaphosa has been elected a president of the ANC in the Fifth National Conference. He's going to take us to 2024 elections. He's going to go and serve his term until 2007. 2027. That's what is happening now. Now, I can't go back. My views before the conference never matter now. What matters is that we've got an elected leadership and we must rally behind an elected leadership. And I must stress it because that is important. In that conference, I can tell you, Gareth, there was nothing wrong that was done. President Ramaphosa moved the us clean and flat, and the processors very well.
Talk to me about that moment when we saw the former President Jacob Zuma come in, ANC, KZN getting a lot of grief in the media and from analysts saying that they were disrupting the president's speech. When the former President Jacob Zuma walked in, we could see a number of officials very unhappy with the cheering and the disruption of the speech. What did you make of what happened on that day?
No, I've mentioned in one newsroom that I was just recently had an interview that was unfortunate for security to allow because they should have anticipated that that's going to happen. And then because now I can see that South Africans forget easily. I even said they forget that Nelson Mandela, when he came in, when President Thabo Mbeki was speaking at a 1997 Mahikeng conference, he was even said, President Thabo Mbeki, hey, hlala phasi, because when Mandela came in, President speaking, then the whole conference broke in. You don't do that, but it was a logistical issue of security, of saying, hey, you have arrived late, stand there because the president is addressing. Because if you come in, people will cheer for you in the conference, and in the process, the conference get disrupted. Hence, I went there and addressed security and say, I think we had an oversight of not allowing the president to address and no one comes in, because in the ANC protocol, when the president comes in, we close the doors so that nobody, especially in a conference like that, which is so huge, we close the doors so that nobody comes in that conference until the president finishes speaking.
I appreciate your time this morning in giving us the views then of ANC KZN. It's not based on branches, not based on provinces. We have the ANC KZN Secretary, Bheki Mtolo, telling me it is one ANC and they accept the outcome of the conference. I appreciate the time of the Secretary, Bheki Mtolo, this morning here on eNCA.